Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Guida's Northeast Storm Center. We're going to give you an update on the little bit of freezing rain that's going to come through later this afternoon and let you know how the New Year's Eve week looks. Um, we'll first touch on the storm that happened over the weekend, Friday evening and the Saturday. Uh, we were obviously looking for a lot more snow in our area from the Lehigh Valley into the Poconos and eastward towards New York City. That obviously did not come to fruition. A lot of warm air loft came in and changed the snow over to sleet. So unfortunately, we did not get much snow here in the Lehigh Valley. I think for the most part, I had measured about an inch here in Nazareth, and I didn't see any reports greater than 2 inches in the whole area. Is that right, Brody? Okay, so, but where they did get some snow is JFK. So this is a shot from JFK Airport from late Friday evening. They measured just over 4 inches of snow there. So they were kind of the big winners. But I was expecting New York City to see upwards of 8, 10 inches, right, Brody?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5 inches. I saw Central Park, I think, was just under 4.5 inches, where they also mixed in with sleet. So, yeah, I blew that call. But that happens. It's really hard to predict, exactly where that line was going to be between sleet and snow and freezing rain. It was a mess driving, though. I know that. So if you didn't clean up yet, hopefully you get it clean today, because here later this afternoon we're going to see another period of sleet and freezing rain. So yeah, we just wanted to give you a shot here at JFK Airport. Trying to keep the runways clean during the snow Friday evening. I think they did a pretty good job. They had a lot of delays. I think it was like 300-400 delays or something like that. Cancellations. I don't think they ever went to a ground stop. Did they, Brody? Did they have a ground stop in JFK?
Yeah, no.
Okay. But it was snowing pretty decent at times. All right, so let's talk about the storm for the later today. So this is a depiction of the HRR model for about 4 to 5 p.m. And you can see there's a band of mixed precipitation that comes through. Sleet, freezing rain, eastern Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania, and even into New York City. Now remember, the ground is cold. We don't really see a lot of sun this time of year, and I believe the temperature the last we looked, it was about 27 degrees here. So it's gonna, whatever falls, it's gonna be frozen. If it's rain, it's gonna freeze on contact. Luckily, there's probably still a lot of salt in the roads, so that should help melt some of it. But just really be careful later today. There is a winter weather advisory out until early in the morning, so just be very careful out there driving. If you don't have to drive, then just stay at home. Okay, watch the football games this afternoon. That's what we'll be doing. I know the Eagles are playing. Eagles and Bills are playing pretty big games, so if you can, just stay at home and watch football games. All right, so let's go to the rest of the storm. As you can see now, that front comes through. It warms up tomorrow. In the morning, it's going to be near 50 degrees just before that front comes through. Now, this is for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, and you can see the front's way off the coast here into Atlantic Ocean, and you have a northwest flow coming in across the Great Lakes, which is picking up some moisture from the Great Lakes and actually putting it pretty far east into northeastern Pennsylvania. They could see some bands of snow. And if you're set up into one of these bands, I mean, you could see an inch an hour easily, especially up here close to Lake Erie, maybe south of Buffalo. And, where these bands kind of set up through central Pennsylvania, don't be surprised to see a few inches of snow real quick if you're underneath one of these bands. And they do kind of get really close here into our area. So don't be surprised to see a snow shower into Monday evening into early Tuesday morning with this strong northwest flow. Very cold air. Wind chills are going to be around 10 to 15 degrees. Temperatures around 30 degrees on Tuesday. So Monday it's going to start off warm, and then it's going to drop rapidly throughout the evening and into the nighttime hours. And then it's going to stay pretty cold for a while, for the next 5-7 days at least. Okay, so let's go to the next image here. Okay, so this would be New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. There looks to be a short wave that comes through like a clipper system. Some of the modeling did show a small low developing off the coast here for later on Tuesday, but This one here just kind of shows some snow showers going across the state, so don't be surprised New Year's Day to see some snow showers across Pennsylvania. Let's go out into our next big storm potential. Okay, so this is going into January 5th, 6th, 7th, and you're going to hear a lot about this over the next couple days from a lot of different meteorologists. But there is a potential to have a pretty significant storm system here going past January 5th and through the 7th in that time frame. Obviously, the details are not sorted out yet. The models aren't even having the low in the same position, or some of them don't even have a low or anything at all here. But this is just a depiction of the GFS model for January 6th, and you can see we do have snow overspreading the area, cold enough for snow. And then what actually happens after this image, it does produce a low off the coast and draws in a lot of moisture from the Atlantic. So that could be a significant snowstorm if that were to happen. Like I said, every model run is different. So, the next model run, the GFS, might have a really strong low off the coast, or it might have a low coming up inland here. It just depends on a lot of different factors that are feeding into these models. And really, can we really trust these? I don't right now. Even with that last storm that came through, we were in the same day of the storm, and it was totally wrong. And that kind of led us to be incorrect on that last storm, right, Brody? I think the NAM run, the NAM model, on close range seemed to hit it right on the head. It said that there was going to be a lot of warm air on that last storm, and that's exactly what happened. So I think once we get closer to January 5th, we'll start using the NAM model to kind of hone in on the details, because that's been the most reliable so far this year. But just like I said, for today, just be careful. There is going to be a period of sleet, freezing rain that comes through. There's no reason to drive. If you don't have to be out there, then don't be out there. If you have some errands to run today, try to get it done now within the next couple hours before that precipitation comes in. We will give you an update later today or tomorrow as needed, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you.